Hello everyone and welcome to Uzzy Bug Books. I'm Bethany. Thank you so much for joining us today. I have my awesome son Cooper here that's going to help do some book reviews for some mid to late elementary into middle school books. He has not read all of the books yet, but he has read quite a few of them, so we're going to review the ones that he has read. The first one we're going to talk about is The Mythical Ninth Division. Cooper, tell me a little bit about this book.
There are Yetis,
Mm-hmm.
and they're saving the world.
Yeah. And is this book funny or
Yes,
serious? Very funny, right?
Yes.
And how many books are in the series for this one?
4.
4. Uh-huh. And tell me, what is your favorite part about these books?
I just like that. It's funny.
You like that it's funny?
Yeah.
And he kind of looks like who?
Chewbacca.
Who does look like Chewbacca. So we do recommend this book for Star Wars lovers. Definitely sci-fi type book, but very funny. This one does have some pictures in it. You can see there some of them. Oops. You can see there. But definitely is a pretty good read. What age would you recommend this for, Cooper?
Second, third, and fourth graders.
Second, third, and fourth graders. Okay. I think some fifth graders probably would want to read it too.
Yeah.
I'd probably say third, fourth, maybe fifth grade in my opinion. Some second graders depending on the kid. But I do so. This is one of my best-selling. After Wheel Nuts, this is my best-selling book because, of course, it's silly and boys love silly. So be sure to check out. It's called The Mythical Ninth Division. And this is book 1, Operation Robot Storm. So that's a great recommendation for kids to read. What's the next one? And some of these books, obviously, this is not a girly book, but I do have a lot of girls that do read it. The next book is what, Cooper?
Crocodile Attack.
Crocodile Attack, which is a part of our Extreme Adventures series. And how many books are in this series?
8.
8 books. And tell me a little bit about this.
There's, he tries to survive stuff.
Mm-hmm. So he's trying, it's like a kind of a survival type book.
Yeah.
And it's not teaching you how to survive, but it's kind of keeps you on the edge of your seat, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And out of the series, which one was your favorite? Tough question. I'll have to think about that, huh? What grade do you think?
The 7th one.
The 7th one, and what's that one called? Do you remember?
No.
No. Well, what is it? It's over there somewhere. Anyways, I think that, what age would you recommend this one for?
3rd, 2nd, depends on the child.
Depend on the child. I think it's also
In the 3rd grade area.
3rd grade, kind of give or take, depending. But a great series, especially if they like the I Survive series. So check that one out. The next one we have.
I figured out.
What is it? Oh, did you see it? What is it? What?
Killer Whale.
Killer Whale. Oh, no wonder you love that one. That is a fun one. The next one that Cooper has read is the Gateway series. This is the first one in the series. It's called The Gateway. The Four-Fingered Man. Tell me a little bit about the Four-Fingered Man.
It's really mysterious.
Yeah.
There's a lot of mysteries. It's sci-fi.
Yeah, it has got lots of sci-fi. And isn't it some kids who live in a hotel and
Yes.
kind of some secrets unfold about the hotel and some of the guests, right?
Yeah.
And I think this kept me on the edge of my seat, but definitely sci-fi. Even more than probably Mythical 9, right? So I think that's a good one to check out. The Gateway series. What age would you recommend this one for?
3rd, 4th, 5th.
3rd, 4th, 5th. Yeah, a little bit older on this one. And there are 4 books in the series on that one. So check out the Gateway series, The Four-Fingered Man. And the next one is Cooper's favorite all-time a series that Usborne offers. It's called The Impossible Quest. The first one is The Escape from Wolf Haven Castle. Tell us a little bit about this one, Cooper.
It's medieval.
Mm-hmm. They go on a quest, right?
Yeah.
They're going on a quest all throughout the 5 books?
Yeah.
5 books in the series, and they go through a quest. And there's girls and boys in this one. I like that both girls and boys could like this book, but it's definitely adventure, and it's kind of sci-fi too, right? It's kind of or mythical. Is that what you would call it? Yeah, mythical. There's unicorns and some evil creatures in this one. But anybody who likes Harry Potter, we definitely recommend this one. What age would you say this is for?
4th, 5th, 6th.
4th, 5th, 6th. So I like that. But I think if you read Harry Potter, this is definitely something along that you can read. I think this is a great book. And this book, Cooper asked to, I bought the first book for him, and he loved it so much he offered to pay for the rest of the series. Of course, I just make him count books and work through books and do book reviews to pay for his books. So he got the rest of the series and loved that. And I know it's his favorite because he is having me reread them. So we read the first one and we're rereading the second one that I read to him. So this is probably one of our top picks of all the chapter books that we offer. So we do love this one. And lastly, we're going to talk about one more. And we have a couple of others for older kids, but this is one that Cooper has read the entire series that I'd like for him to talk about. And what is it called?
The Last 13.
The Last 13. And tell us about how you have to read this book, because you have to read it in what order?
The first book has 13 on it,
Yes.
and it goes down to 1.
1. So 1 is the last book, so you're counting down. And tell us what the premise of the book is about.
It's about these people called dreamers, and their dreams come true, and they kind of have to save the world, and they go around the world finding dreamers, the last 13.
And don't their dreams come true or something like that? Yeah. I've only read book 13. I'm on book 12 right now, and Cooper's very anxious for me to read all of them because he really enjoyed this series. And we think it's a great series. Definitely, it could be for boys or girls. There's definitely girl characters and boy characters in the book. And what age would you recommend this for?
5th, 6th, 7th. It goes up a lot.
It goes up a lot. This book is rated for 10 plus, so for its content. I mean, it's definitely can be intense at times, but
kind of scary.
Kind of scary.
Big vocabulary.
Big vocabulary. Okay, good. Very good. But I felt like the content on this one was kind of so far out there that it was okay for Cooper to read because it's so sci-fi that we knew that this wasn't coming true, right?
Yeah.
Right. So I felt like it was definitely, I like to compare it to Divergent if you've read those books or seen the movie. A little bit, younger. Obviously, The Last 13 is younger than Divergent series, but that's what I like to compare it to if that type of book is what you're into or your child into. So I really enjoyed reading this book. It's one of my, after Impossible Quest, it's definitely one of my top reads. Anything else to say? No? Well, thank you so much for joining us today to talk about some of our chapter books for older kids. And we did focus a little bit more heavy on boy books, but of course some of them can go both either ways. But make sure you check us out on UzzieBugBooks.com and YouTube on Uzzybug Books. And my light is flicking in the background. I wonder how that's happening. We have a little gremlin under the table. And make sure you follow us on Facebook on
Uzzybug Books.
Uzzybug Books on Facebook. So thank you so much for joining us today, and
Happy reading.
happy reading.